Hey YouTube. So Collectors Society has put out a list of the 100 greatest U.S. currency paper bills, ever produced. And in my $1 bill collection, I've just come to realize I have several of those, which is pretty cool. Number 7 on the list is the educational note, which I've made videos on, the $1 educational note. So that's pretty cool. It's rated 7 on the list. Number 16 is the Black Eagle note, which I have and I've shown in videos before. A beautiful note, pretty cool. It's in the top 20. Number 31 is the 1862 legal tender note, the first $1 bill ever produced by the United States. Number 41 is the 1869 rainbow note. A beautiful note. Many people, I know a lot of people, that's their favorite. Pretty cool. Number 45 is the 1875 National Bank note, and I have that. So that was pretty neat to see. I've got several in the top 50. And then rounding off the top 50 is the Martha Washington note of 1891. And again, I have that. So it's pretty cool when you realize you have notes on this list. The silver certificate Hawaii note, it was on there. I've done a video on that. Pretty cool. Number 77 is the silver certificate with the yellow seal that was used in North Africa and Europe during World War II. Pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Oh, number 83 is a U.S. Treasury coin note of 1891. And I have that, and a very gorgeous bill. So a couple of these notes I've never shown before, and that's because I just received them this week. And let me talk about those. Super exciting. So I got the 1923 Treasury note. Super cool bill. There's a 1923 silver certificate that looks very similar, except with a blue Treasury and blue writing on it. So now I have both of those for 1923, and like all the large backs, very cool, or large bills, very cool. Now here's the one I'm the most proud of, man. This is a 1890 Treasury note. It says payable in coin, and this is probably the most rare bill that I have. These things get pretty darn pricey, and man, I have been searching since I've been starting this to try to find the right one for the right price. The back of this is known as the ornate back, and you can see why it's extremely ornate. But of interest to me is 1890. That also happens to be in this series is the most expensive note ever made. I'll talk about that later. And then in 1891 was the only other year of this Treasury note, and you may be able to tell or may not on the front the little differences, but on the obverse, the reverse, very different backs of these bills, and I'll show them side by side, and you can really see the difference because they look very similar initially. But here's the two of them, the front side by side. You can see the small red Treasury seal and then the large brown Treasury seal. That's really the only difference between the 1890 and the 1891 on the front of these coin notes. But you can see the backs very different. So anyway, really excited to get these two. One lesson that I've learned is, or relearned, because I already knew it, but I didn't follow it, and that is when you're building a collection, a set, or collecting by type, whatever it is, get the most expensive piece in the set first. Man, if you don't do that, it makes it really tough when you've spent a bunch of money and then you finally find that key coin or bill or whatever it is that you need, and then you've depleted some of your funds. So anyway, that's a tip to you all. I know better, but I end up the most expensive bill I've purchased is about the last bill I needed, and that's not the way I recommend you all do it. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. You all have a good one, YouTube. Bye.